Solar eclipses are these powerful initiations of a new beginning, of a new chapter, of a certain change that we intend to do, to create. And we all know that in order to initiate a certain change, we firstly need to fully accept where we are, who we are, how we are, and what are we intending to do, right? So at some point, an individual needs to fully accept him or herself so he or she is able to move forward, right? You've most probably noticed that you feel blocked until you accept something as a part of this present life's situation. Do you feel like that? If you don't accept something as being a part of this present situation, you will be fighting with it. You will be running away from it. You will be trying to change it. Let's say a certain person is in your life that you don't fully accept her or him as he or she is, and you're trying to change that person. You're forcing some beliefs to that person. You're constantly wishing and forcing that person would change, but what that person is doing just the opposite of that. That person is protective. That person is pushing you away. Have you experienced that in relationships? That's just the opposite of what we want. But it's same in your life. If you want to experience a change, whatever change, you firstly need to accept whatever you have right now as a part of your growth, as a part of your personal and soul evolution. And you may be wondering how to do that, because often people think if I will accept what I have, I will not feel motivated to create what I want to have. And that comes wanting, a desire. In many ancient philosophies, they say that desire is a root of suffering. And what it means that we have a wrong approach about change and the need for change, the need for upgrade when it comes to any area of our lives. Let's say you want to increase finances in your life. You don't work on increasing finances because you just desire more. It never works. If we just desire more money, we never make more money. We only make more money when a goal for making more money is bigger than just a certain need for material things, right? Usually the core intention for making more money is energetic. It's emotional. It's like I want to be more free, right? I want to be more free, or I want to help someone. I want to support my family. I want to provide something to my family. I want to support the community. That's why I want more money. But even if that is your need, you first need to accept, okay, right now I don't have it. So let's see what can I do with what I have to create more, right? That's what acceptance makes us to do. So I'm talking about self-acceptance right now because this solar eclipse initiates a major transformation in your life that can only happen if you become okay with where you are, who you are, and how you are right now. And you may be wondering, what does it mean? So what it means to fully accept yourself. It is not self-love, even though self-acceptance leads you to self-love. Love needs to be unconditional, right? Self-love, when self-love is unconditional, you're whole, right? You're fulfilled. So, if love is unconditional, and you may say, well, I can't accept myself because something is missing, then you're already placing conditions on yourself. Only when I will have this and that, I will love myself. I will be okay with my life, right? So you're placing conditions in your life. And only when those things will be present, I will be okay. But where's the sign that you can finally be okay? How can you know that when you will have more money that you will be okay? Or will you actually just want a little bit more? or when you're healthy enough to be okay with yourself, or when relationships are beautiful enough to be okay with that, or you always want just a little bit more. There's a story of a millionaire who said that after he will make his first million, he will retire. So he put himself on a mission of making his first $1 million. And he actually made it. He found a way, he discovered, well, it's actually not so hard. He made first $1 million. And after making first million, he said, well, it was not so hard. I will actually make 5 million. So he set a new goal, even though he said after making 1 million, he will retire. He set a new goal, $5 million. And just before reaching 5 millions, he got a heart attack and died. There's a story of that millionaire, and it's a true story. We never know when there's enough to finally accept ourselves. So I just want to remind you, if you actually work on acceptance right now, everything will be much easier for you, because you will stop forcing things to change. And when we stop forcing things to change, we become more at ease with ourselves. And what happens when we're at ease with ourselves, we calm down our nervous system and we become more creative, right? We become more playful. We become like kids once again. You may be hurting because of whatever happened to you in the past. But of course you can't change your past, so you can only accept what happened. And once you accept what happened, you notice that the only control you have is over what you do right now, so you can change your future, right? So future is not actually in the future, it's in the present moment as a form of thinking, how we choose to look at our future. Yesterday's video was all about the future, and sometimes people say, well, it's an illusion because all we have is now. But in the now there's an idea of the future, and if we don't shape the idea of the future may become a repetitive past, right? Because we have memories of the past, and if we don't become aware of the memories, we may not know if we're actually designing the future through our creative thinking or actually through repetitive thoughts. So only when we stop fighting with our lives, with ourselves, with our emotions, we can actually transcend them, right? Only when we stop fighting with ourselves, we can actually transcend ourselves. And that is self-acceptance. Before I mentioned unconditional self-love, what's that? Well, when you fully accept yourself without any conditions, like, oh, I'm just okay with myself. You start respecting yourself, right? You start respecting yourself. You change some routines about self-care because now you respect yourself. You honor your body. Your body needs something and you ask yourself, what do you need? And you provide it to yourself. Something changes. Your body posture changes. Your facial expression changes, right? You respect your mind. You don't just indulge into things that are poisoning you, that are poisoning your mind. So that's self-respect, isn't that? Think about this. As we are starting a new chapter with this solar eclipse, think about this. How much you're actually honoring and respecting yourself. This is an important topic right now. So think about it. Then honor your soul. Soul is a being with abilities and capabilities that are kind of unknown to us until we discover them. So therefore, the purpose of the soul is to constantly keep discovering how much we're capable of and able of, right? And if you take care of virtues like self-control, justice, courage, acceptance, trust, right? if you take care of those virtues, you will be constantly evolving in a positive way, in an upward spiral. And it's I think it's a beautiful way to look at ourselves, because we may think, well, I'm so stuck right now. I'm like nothing is moving forward, but we need to ask ourselves when was the last time we've ever tried something new? When was the last time we've actually disconnected ourselves from constant rushing and we've actually did something for ourselves? So we would know that actually maybe we're able to be more honest, more truthful, more creative, more productive, right? For that, we need to have a certain degree of self-awareness to notice when we're actually following our own standards for life and when we're following standards of society. And we often need to raise our standards of what we believe and what we think that we deserve, so we can start aiming towards those dreams and goals. But in order to walk towards them, we need to also accept what we have right now, so we can stop fighting with what we don't like. We waste too much energy with fighting. You may say, well, I'm suffering because my money is not good. And that is a problem. Yes. If that's a problem, you need to accept it, because you can't change it right now, right? But mentally, you keep trying to change it and you're wasting your energy and making no results. So acceptance of a certain problem means that you face with it. Okay, this is problematic for me right now. What can I do about it? And if you have some books at your home, I have for myself, I have many books because I've read many books, and when I have a certain problem, I think about what was the book that I've read that actually helped me with that, and I go and reread it and I see, oh, that's what I've missed. So we study somebody who maybe did what we are struggling with, and we try to embody the patterns of that person, and we see where it takes us. If somewhere we lose authenticity, we notice, okay, I will try it more in my own way, right? I will try it more in my own way. Like, for example, making this YouTube videos. There's many people who are making similar topics, but let's do it my way, right? Let's express my soul in my way, right? Let's see how much I'm capable of. And let's see how well I'm able to express my capabilities. And that leads to constant growth, constant expansion, and evolution. That's what science calls ascension. Science calls ascension evolution, right? So make sure that you reflect on that a little bit for this powerful solar eclipse, new moon, and set some future goals, and reflect on what is really hard for you to accept right now. What is really hard for you to accept right now, and why, and work on that, because everything in nature works in cycles, in rhythms, which means that sometimes a certain process may be easier for you than it is in other times. Like, sometimes you're completely okay with your problems and you easily find solutions, and sometimes your problems may completely destroy you, right? And you need days to recharge yourself. You need to understand that ups and downs are a natural flow of life. Don't fight with it, because you can't fight the nature. In ancient Rome, there was a saying that the only way to win the nature is to obey it, to flow with it, to move with it. So we are not mastering nature. We learn to celebrate it, to be one with it. to ground ourselves into it and work with it, because we are the nature. We are the nature. And that's again a certain level of acceptance. The idea that we will never win if we fight with the laws of nature. Right? When something doesn't work your way, you need to discover what life is actually teaching you in that certain phase. And for that, sometimes, again, it takes months to actually discover what's the lesson in that certain repetitive cycle, until you discover it and you can finally use it and change your life. So it all starts with acceptance, right? So meditate on that, my friends. Close your eyes, slow down your breathing, relax your tongue, relax your muscles, calm down your heartbeat. And for a moment, just accept your body as it is. Accept your body as it is. Set an honest question. What do you need? Is there something I'm not giving to you? Ask yourself, what do you need? And ask your soul, what do you need? What am I neglecting about myself? What am I suppressing about myself? Just because maybe I wanted to be like somebody else, so I would be accepted, right? When you accept yourself, you stop craving acceptance in others. When you love yourself, you stop craving love in others. When you respect yourself, you stop craving respect from others. When you appreciate yourself, you stop craving appreciation for others. And the magic happens. You become magnetic for those energies. People naturally start respecting you, honoring you, appreciating you, loving you. So it's the shift in our own attitude towards ourselves. May it be something to reflect on for that future chapter, my friends. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you found something valuable today. And thanks to all of you for supporting my art. I love you all, my friends. Take time and reflect on what we've been talking today. Meditate on it, and I'm wishing you all the wonder, all beautiful experiences, and all the miracles that are awaiting you in the future, that are created by the changes that you make today. So, my friends, till next time, one love.